what so proudly we hail at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the broad ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And a very good evening to everyone. Dan Power here, joined today by a very special guest and current 7-star and Olympic hopeful Kevin Swearin. And Kev, two sides here today headed in very different directions this season.
Yeah, I think this is a little bit of a grudge match here. Sacramento needs to show a little passion on defense. San Diego's looking strong. We've got Cecil Garber here at 7. He's a young kid. He's from Seattle. I know him well. I'm looking forward to watching him play. He showed some excitement. Khalil Conrad here at 10 here. He's coming in for Kurt Morath. He gets his first start in front of the San Diego home crowd. But check out Mike Teo. This kid is one of my favorite. I know him well. He was with the USA Sevens. He's a workhorse. He sees the field well. He kicks, he passes, he runs, and he tackles. So just watch out for this young man.
Yeah, he's been one of the stars of 2016 so far for Ray Egan and his men. Moving on to Sacramento now, a do-or-die game for them, Kev.
I think so. You know, we're first part of the first third of the season, excuse me, and you know, their front row, they're powerful. They're big, they're strong. They're holding down the set piece as well, so expect that to happen again. Let's see if they can get San Diego on the back foot. Sione Latu is coming in here at center. They tried to move him to the back row. They moved him back to center now. Expect some powerful runs. But John Quill, the captain, he's going to lead from the front. He's been harboring some injuries here and there, but expect big things with him back on the field and a big, heavy hitter.
Yeah, they're hoping for 80 minutes from Quill today. The captain picked up a nasty little ankle injury about 3 weeks ago in Sacramento, has recovered. And that is Sacramento on the right of your screen, folks, wearing their green and yellow outfit here today. Our referee in the middle, Leah Barrard, one of the top referees in the United States. And then San Diego in their blue and white kit, the home team. Everything to play for as they look to stay in touch with Denver and Ohio as they travel tomorrow, Ohio out to San Francisco to play an ever-improving San Francisco. Focus comes back here as we are ready to kick off. Dan Power joined today by Kevin Swearin. As Garrett Brewer goes deep off this start, and Stanfield will field this nicely inside his 22. Looks to attack on the counter back towards the middle of the field. Quill, though, we talked about him in the lead up to the game, makes his presence felt very early on. Tio. Low kick charged down by Bergamasco. Not sure if the Italian was actually expecting that. Looks like he might have picked up a little falcon there off the boot of Tio. And this is going to come back for the 22. Oh, you see Mirko Bergamasco there, he's struggling a little, Kev. He might have taken that one flush in the face.
Yeah, that's not comfortable. You know, that's a big boot Mikey Teo's got, and his nose is not happy about it, but he's going to shake it off. Tough guy. He's played quite a bit of rugby.
Well, I'm sure there's a couple of good nose doctors in Southern California that won't mind having a look at the Italian sensation. Sumption now takes it up to his own 40s. Well met, though, on that low driving restart. Back to Brewer. He'll put it high.
We need a chase.
Chase is slow coming through. San Diego with that dangerous back three. They'll return the favour into the pocket. Brewer has time, though. No support, though, there for the young fullback as he flirts with the sideline. And it costs him too. He can't pick up much real estate on that kick. And that works out in the favor of San Diego. They'll take an early territory advantage.
Yeah, that was a nice kicking exchange won by San Diego. You know, like I said, Sacramento's got to have a chase there. There's no point in kicking. So if you're not on your horse, you know, what's the point? What's the point?
They do well, though, and steal this line out through Lilo. Brought down outside the 22 through Saint. Khalifi, big man, charges forward into Tui Samoa. Saint to his right, finds Brewer. He'll kick again. Showing their intentions early to play the territory. Gets a very favourable bounce, Brewer. Sends Tio back into his 22. He'll clear this kick up towards halfway. Hasn't found the sideline, though. Now Sacramento with a chance to attack on the counter. Bergamasco, tough pass, goes over his head. The referee's going to call that forward. I think he's a little hard done by there.
I think so. You know, hey, the ball's got to come off the hand forward. It hit the ground forward. Maybe not a knock-on, but it's a judgment call. Sacramento's looking to use Garrett Brewer here. He's got a big leg. He's got a nice long lever. He strikes the ball well, and he's pretty accurate. So it looks like they've, like you said, set their intentions to kick and play the territory, which, you know, they really need to do, Dan. They need to be playing in San Diego's half.
They certainly do. They have had trouble continuing their phase play throughout the season. Spoke to head coach Luke Gross. They are ironing that out week by week as they adjust to the intensity and the speed.
First scrum, here we go.
Ball goes in now. Bliss, the young Englishman. Tui Samoa at the back. Man of the match 2 weeks ago. Finds Bliss. Conrad. Around the corner to Bliss. Set piece to Nguyen. Can the fly get loose? Bergamasco drags him down inside the 22. Still with San Diego. And then diving over, a nice little pressure reliever there for Sacramento as they'll get a chance to clear this out of their 22.
They're six. He got there quick and got over the ball, won a penalty for his team. Really a nice play by him.
The young Chris Terori. Very energetic flanker.
Looks like Kyle Simpson from Sac.
Sacramento now, line out just on their side of the 40. Well taken. Saint is very dangerous around the loose play. Saint had a couple of great runs earlier this year. Bergamasco fills into 9. To his right now through Khalifi. Straightens up to the 40. Saint, there's value down the blind side if they can move the ball.
A lot of space.
Big hole for Meeson as he strides right through the middle. He needs some support. The long, lanky lock. As he's dragged down inside the 22. Still with Sacramento, there's some value back towards the middle if they can move it. Bergamasco now. Short ball to Khalifi. He charges forward. They've got to attack here. San Diego still at 6s and 7s. Bergamasco looks up. That defense of San Diego up very quickly. Still with them. This is where they've struggled on phase play to get a platform to attack from. Cena finds Khalifi. Saint looks back to his right. Assumption. San Diego have recovered now, right on the 22. Saint to his left. Cena again. Big lump of a lad, takes it up towards the 22.
This is where they start to break down. So let's see if they can get 6 or 7 phases going and hammer in on the defense of San Diego.
Barkwell needs to turn, does well. Lays the ball back for Saint. Langy.
Big hits coming out here from both sides.
There's some value for Saint in front of him. Goes for a little dart, finds Bergamasco, throws a dummy, steps back inside. He's felt frustrated in the early weeks. Bergamasco hasn't seen much ball. Gets his chance at 10 today. Saint, Barkwell, inside the 22 now. Much better stuff here from Sacramento. The pressure continues to build through this phase play. Khalifi, another touch. Cena, forwards doing well with the interchange.
There you go. That's exactly what you want to do. You're inside the 22. You're playing 8, 9, 10 phases. You're challenging the defense. You win a penalty. You get inside their zone. You take 3 points. You call it a deal. Okay. It's really nice by Sacramento. It's been one of their problems here the first couple weeks, but it looks like they've decided that they're going to play with the ball.
It certainly is. They get down to the red zone a lot. They'll give away possession rather cheaply usually as well from handling errors. Great to see them starting to build those phases. That's a danger sign too, but they're a very talented outfit. If they can start figuring these things out, It's a definite shot across the bow of some of these teams here in pro rugby as Bergamasco. He'll get a chance here to put first points on the board inside the 22, just out to the right.
You might be a little upset that they're not getting any meters, they're not going forward, but again, they're going to walk away here with 3 points. It's valuable 3 points for them. Get up on the board early, and now they just need to get out of their end.
Certainly is as the flags go up. It is 3 points to 0. 6.5 gone here in the first half. Sacramento with the lead early on. As they go quick, San Diego, the bounce sits up perfectly for Quill though. Lilo. Langy charging up on his outside in support. Needs to get this to ground. San Diego could be in trouble all over the top of this ball here. Referee Barad lets it go as Langy moves it to his right. Bergamasco throws a couple of little dummies. Very flat in offense out there. Need to stagger just a little bit with some depth and some options, a couple of layers as it's a turnover now. San Diego with the ball through Doyle, Tarori, McKenzie, the Dragon. Can he get fired up? Finds Nguyen. I think that one went forward. Yes, we're coming back. It's a forward pass. The AR right on the spot.
Oh, he wanted it bad. Takudza seen the 2-on-1. He had a player in support, but it was a no-go. The whistle was blown for the forward pass.
We got McKenzie.
Yeah.
Earlier pass from McKenzie was the forward one.
That's what I say.
He's the Dragon. Very versatile. He's played a little bit of everywhere this season, out in the wing, both positions as centres, as they welcome back Andrew Seniula 2 weeks ago, and hasn't he been outstanding in the midfield? What a treat to get that injection of life in as they sit Ryan Mattias, a little bit of an injury this week.
Yep, a little bit of a knee niggle, but he said a couple weeks he should be fine. San Diego's left a lot of space in the back for Mikey Teo to cover, so we'll see if Sacramento can take some advantage.
When you're very close to the line. They know they've seen something from Sacramento. As Langy takes it from the back. Saint now. Barkwell. Such a workhorse, Ray Barkwell. Still with Saint. Brewers deep. He'll clear this kick. Didn't get a great drop on that, Brewer. And it's coming all the way back. And yes, something in back play here. One of the San Diego players down. The trainers are treating to him. There you see the signal. We call timeout. Let's see what happens if we can pick that up. But yeah, that kick from Brewer, not a great clearing kick as he puts that one out in the full. And they're coming all the way back now inside the 22. It will be a San Diego line out.
Yeah, Dan, you hate to see this on the field. It's part of our sport, unfortunately, but I think he's going to... Looks like a head knock, perhaps. Got the cart coming out.
Todd, where's my beer?
You're right, Kevin.
I'm waiting.
It's a positive sign to see the limbs moving, hands and legs.
Well, come knock on the door when we get home tonight.
Looks like he may have just got his head in the wrong spot. See if we can pick it up here. Looks like young Tom Bliss.
Yep.
It looks like there might be a few minutes we have to take here, folks. So, in the meantime,
Looks like he just got caught under the body of Langy there. And Langy, a big man, but
He might have had a little bit of a shock. His body hitting the ground and his head following a little late. Could have been just a head to the ground type of knock. Legs are moving, so that's a good sign.
that is a good sign. Yeah, young Tom Bliss there. Just lifted his head up as well by his own power, so good signs. Obviously that'll probably mean the end of the day for Bliss today with the concussion protocol in place, especially in this situation. You think player welfare is for premium here, and and they do have the luxury of actually having Charlie Purden, the match winner from a few weeks ago against Ohio, sitting on the bench, a young South African. So
Sure.
while it is tough for young Bliss, who just secured himself the starting position, Charlie Purden will definitely not sell them short here, San Diego. Here we see, young Bliss in the 9 jersey. Let's see what happens. He looks like he might be right on the elbow. It looks like maybe laying his elbow or forearm on the temple around the ear. And as you know, it's an automatic off switch around that area if you get hit there or put pressure there.
Dan, I know far too well about the injuries, unfortunately, but he's up, he's walking. He doesn't want the cart, but they're going to let him take the cart anyways. Get the free ride.
Yeah, the free ride. That's right. Yeah, you're coming back from a pretty serious injury.
Yeah.
You want to give the American rugby public an update?
Yeah, I unfortunately I tore my ACL in January, but I had a phenomenal staff with me getting me back, and been 3.5 months since surgery, and looking to make a push for Rio still. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Olympic Games right around the corner as we get restarted here through San Diego. Another line out goes astray for them. Over the top. It may have bounced fortuitously for them. Referee's whistle goes. Let's see what she is indicating here on a hand signal. There will be a San Diego ball after the little knock on from Lilo over the back of that line out.
Yeah, both teams right now aren't they're not doing the line out so well, Dan. I think they need to settle down a little bit, secure that line out, and build an attacking platform.
Here we go. Big scrum coming up here for Sacramento. Right on the 22. A chance to attack as Purdon has come on to replace. Young Bliss. Tui Samara off the back. Finds Purdon. Suniula right through the defense there of young Quoro. Now Tui Samara inside. Great ball distribution. Finds Doyle. Move it across. That pass goes astray. McKenzie does brilliantly to pick it up. Now Tafetti. Big Joe Tafetti. Streaming down the sideline. Finally dragged down 10 out from the line. Still with San Diego. They come back to the middle through Tui Samoa. They've got to play quick to the right. Purdon finds Bidens. He's isolated. The troops come in. Now with Purdon. Conrad. He's got McKenzie at the back. Goes to the little kick. Oh, he's got to indicate that a little better as Thompson does well. Nguyen wasn't on the same page as Conrad, just kicking possession away there.
Yeah, and I think, he's a young player. He sees a bit of space, and it might have been the right decision, club level, college level, but the players reacted too quickly on Sacramento, and that space was eaten up pretty quick. So you really got to be on the same page there, 10 in your wing. He's got to be calling for it.
Maybe knowing he had the advantage in his pocket. Zay will take a shot at 3 here. Off the boot, that man, Conrad. It's a good option of a cross-field kick, becoming a little more prominent in the game today.
Maybe a little bit higher, give a little more elevation on that kick, allow Takuta to get up for it, challenge, make it a 50-50 ball. The idea was good, but the accuracy a little bit off.
He's hoping his accuracy is on now as the home crowd waits patiently. Strike is good. Flags are up. We're all tied up here at Torero Stadium after 11 and a half. 3 points apiece. San Diego and Sacramento.
Be interesting to see what they do here off the restart. Last time they played a little bit out of their end. Maybe they want to get out of their end. It's been a battle tackling these big Sacramento backs and forwards. So maybe save some of their bodies right now.
Goes short on this restart. It's competitive. Big collision in the air as Doyle comes down with it, and you'll get the penalty too. Can't play that man up in the air. And the tower of power known as Brian Doyle does well there to bring that ball down. And San Diego, definitely what they were after. For Sacramento, though, disappointing on the restart to give away a penalty in territory that easy.
It's just not what you want to do, Dan. You just lost 3 points. Oh, and here we go. Missed touch.
That's a big mistake there from San Diego as Brewer has time. Puts it up high. Chases a little better this time. Pressure will come through. Brilliant stuff from San Diego as they bat that ball down. Stanfield. He's up right on his own side of halfway there. Purdon. Tui Samoa. Man of the match a few weeks ago. He's been an absolute rock here for San Diego. Ball spills out. Barkwell. Could be a turnover for Sacramento, yes. They seal this breakdown brilliantly. Saint now.
They got numbers.
Great pass. Sumption. Can he get the ball free? No. Grassing tackle from Purdon brings him down. Offload goes back. Still the way of Sacramento.
Still got numbers, Dan.
Langy. He's not going to pass the big man. Charges forward. They need to readjust. Back to Brewer. Kicks to a pocket. Stanfield time. Plenty of time.
Dangerous.
Bad chase. T.O. Broken play. T.O. Mikey T.O. He's opening up the wings. Fullback to beat. He kicks it through. It's a foot race. Stanfield T.O. Brewer.
Oh!
Stanfield! He's gone Superman here at San Diego.
Yes, sir. I tell you what, once I saw that kick go up, it was not in a good place. Two guys, one pass beat two guys. Mikey Teo stepped the third chasing, and it was off to the races. Little chip kick over the top. Beautiful play, beautiful vision by Mikey and Tim Stanfield. And then you see them get on the horse. Both of them chasing, outrunning the 15 of Sacramento. Garrett Brewer, here he comes. Big chase, and they're going. I think Garrett Brewer might have been able to dive and beat him out, but Tim just gave it his all, 100%, and that's what you'll always get from Tim Stanfield. Played with him in Seattle. He's played, wing for Central Washington for the Seattle Saracens, and now he's down here making a name for himself again, scoring tries. He's played for the U.S. national team. He's doing his workload always.
And you brought up a great point earlier, Kev. The kick is only as good as a chase. Brewer's kick, not a great kick. Finds an open man in Stanfield. T.O. with time and space, always dangerous. They go 80 and score a converted try. Shows how quickly they can get hurt.
It's just, you're better off setting up another ruck, waiting for the team to your team to readjust, even if you lose 5 meters. But putting a kick because you feel the pressure and not having a chase, that's what happens. You at least a try scored by the opponent. I would like Garrett Brewer to kick it into the 22 here, not go short, get the ball back, get in their territory. There he goes.
Might be wide up to Kevin Squirren's commentary. And that one goes right through the breadbasket. But Tim Stanfield, the try scorer. Now Tui Samoa takes it up towards midfield there, center field. Another penalty. Sacramento just gifting San Diego a golden ticket out of their red zone every time.
They started the game off so well, Dan. They were playing territory. They're playing good defense. And they're just being a little bit too anxious. That, it's okay to play a few phases. They're trying to get that ball back straight away, and let's play the smart game.
Great clearing kick right up to halfway. San Diego's liner hasn't been that efficient thus far early on in the game. It's Fetty playing at hooker. That's a better throw. Finds his target in Doyle. Oh, could get a penalty there for offside.
Yep.
Referee has missed that one as it's play on now for San Diego. Another little pick and go down the blind side for Tefetti. He's been great since he's come back from injury, Tefetti. To Samoa. Runs into Lilo. Big collision. A little bit of argy-bargy in the background there as John Quill decides to help Charlie Purdon remove his jersey, albeit about 65 minutes premature.
Hey, you got to get a little scrape in there once in a while. You like to see it from your captain. Sacramento's gotten handed to them. It's gotten handed to them the last 7-8 minutes. It's going to get chippy, but how about you produce on the field during the time of play?
See if we can see what happened there. A little pressure from Cook coming to Purdon.
Potentially offsides there, Dan, but then there's a little bit of a rustle tussle in the back. You got to like it. It's okay. No fisticuffs, no punches thrown. Just a little rough and tumble.
And the referee does the right thing there. Has a talk to both of them just to calm down. Now that's out of the system. We'll get on and play a little bit of rugby. Come back for the penalty here for San Diego and Conrad. We'll look to put this deep into Sacramento's territory. Finds it right on the 22. Got two great targets here in Doliner and Doyle. Fetty's throws need to be on point here. Another chance from the attack. That one perfectly taken by Doyle again. San Diego now take this up into the 22. Tui Samoa. He's met right in midfield. Messy breakdown. Purdon
It's a great line out, Dan. They threw to the back, had a nice little roll, peel off, had go forward ball. If they could get that ball out to the backs, you know, once you're going forward with your forwards, that defensive back line's not moving too quickly up on defense. So you'd like to get it out to your backs, run some hard lines, see if you can come up a bit. Just couldn't get the ball out.
Knock on there from Purden at the back of the breakdown. See John Quill getting some attention, the captain. Popped a little knock there on the cheek or the jaw.
Could be a hip, could be a head-to-head, but he's going to tough it out. There's no question.
Charlie Purden just walks over him to explain the beauty of karma right now.
That's the great thing about rugby is it'll come back.
Now Sacramento down 10 points to 3 inside their own 22. They looked good in that open exchange, didn't they, Kevin? Early on when they were playing territory.
They're playing smart rugby, right? You got Garrett Brewer on the right of the scrum. Look for him to kick. Unfortunate. And Sacramento's got the stronger pack here. There's no reason. Might be an early engagement.
Yeah, early push.
Yeah, okay.
Little shunt there early on. And they're going to call for a scrum here, San Diego. It is interesting. They were set up pretty quickly for the tap. But we're going to have a scrum. Backing themselves here with this back line to expose the Sacramento back line.
They have been doing well. The first few scrums, they're getting pushed back a step or two, but still in control enough to get the ball out very cleanly and safely to the backs.
Here we go. Big scrum. San Diego. Tusima off the back. Finds Purden. Flat ball to Conrad. Watch a looping Purden. No. Short to Suniula.
It's a great run by the Big 12, and they're coming around.
Tui Samoa now. Just meters out from the line. Crowd starting to fire up. Another penalty coming for not releasing the tackle. Let's see what they do here. Marcatillo threatening to go quickly. We'll be surprised they ask for another scrum here.
Going for points. It's not a bad move. They've been down in this end of the field for about five minutes here. Let's get some points. Let's get after it.
During the pregame, we were down on the field watching the kickers warm up, and we watched Conrad from this exact spot miss 3 in a row. So do we think he's learned from that? He's going to make this one, or are we going to see history repeat itself?
That's what the warm-up's for, Dan. You know that. You were a kicker. You get all your misses out early before the game starts, and then you make them during the match.
I just never missed.
Ah, shame.
Here we go, Conrad now. It's probably been about 15 years since I've seen a kicker set the ball up north-south like that. But it's worked for him on his early one, and the conversion was successful. And that one stays across the face. Exactly where the 3 in the pregame went as well. Chris Saint dots it down, and we're coming back out to the 22. In Sacramento, they're probably going to want to get this out of their end here. Brewer, he does have a huge boot. As we watch again, Conrad come in. And just chops that one right across the face of the post.
What do you think? A little over-rotation?
With those hips. Not only Shakira, who has those hips that don't lie, goal kickers as well. There's the Dragon, McKenzie. Finds Teo. Patient play from the fullback. Looks
not a big chase.
Not a big chase, but it's a straight line. There's not many opportunities to counter.
Brewer
recognizes that, and that one's coming all the way back, is it? San Diego players pleading. The AR, though, saying he's inside the 22. If he was, it was razor thin.
Razor thin. How he saw that, I'm not too sure, but we'll give it to him.
AR, Nick Macono there. Very experienced campaigner.
Oh, the big number 8.
Langy. Charging onto the ball, takes it up inside the 40. Sacramento now with a little bit of wind in their sails. Sione Sina, he goes forward up towards the 22.
This is better from Sacramento. Coming hard at the line, attacking the defense, And then they just let it go, Dan.
And R2, and now they've got to be careful. Barkle does well to get up on Doliner, drags him down on the 22. They have to readjust. No advantage for coming back for the knock on. And you really hit the nail on the head there, Kev. It's just been the story of their season so far. So promising, and then it just breaks down.
They have the guys, they have the athleticism. It's the continuity that they really need to sort out. It's that third, fourth phase, fifth phase that right when they start getting things going, it's a drop ball, it's a big hit from the defense, causes a little bit of a fumble for them, but they're so close. If they can just keep the territory possession in San Diego's end here a little more, I think they'll have some opportunities to score some tries.
I mean, they're crying out for a 10, aren't they? They really do need an organizer, someone who can see things a phase or two before they happen and just set them up and just keep the troops calm and point them in the right direction. You know, as talented as Bergamasco is, he played his rugby in outside centre and on the wing, and you know, they just really need to find a good quality 10. The injury to Harry Bennett hurt them significantly.
Any international will tell you, hey, I don't want to play 10, right? Is there a center, if they're a wing, a fullback, you know, you played your time there and then they slot you in at 10, it's not going to be, you know, your first option. But the Sacramento team needs Mirko to kind of step up, attack the line a little more. They just haven't had that in the previous matches. So I think as time goes on in this match, we'll see more from him attacking the line and doing what the coaches need him to do and what the team needs him to do.
Well, right now they need him to strike this ball through the post to give them another 3 points. Keep this within 4. 23 and a half minutes gone here in the first half at Torero Stadium. Good strike. Off the post. Doliner does well to find Stanfield. Can he dance out of this traffic? Stanfield, he's absolutely crunched inside his 22. Runs into the shoulders of Langy. Goes back to Conrad. Drives this down the middle of the field. Sumption. They're going to counter here. The big loose forward. He's not going to kick. Throws a couple of dummies. Straightens things up. He's finally dragged down inside the 40 of San Diego. Chris Saint looking for some options. Could be a turnover here. It has. San Diego have done well. No, the referee's going to blow this up. It's going to come down to Sacramento in the scrum, and some of the Sacramento players absolutely filthy at the assistant referee. Maybe some hands in the ruck there. As we take another look at this kick, Kev.
You see the strike, it's perfect. It's up in the air, its distance is great. He just hits the post, but play on. With rugby here, we got the play going. You had the 11 chasing, and San Diego picked up the ball, got the kick away. So happy to relieve some pressure. But we've got Sacramento attacking on the 40. Another scrum for them. Nice dominant platform. I would love for the backs. This is a great position. I would love for the backs to take advantage of this attacking platform in the field position right now.
I mean, as a great finisher and outside back yourself, how good would it be playing outside that centre pairing? Fora and Larcher, just such big bodies to create that go forward. They're just not using it. Bergamasco throws the dummy, goes himself. And you can see he's a running guy. That's what he wants to do, playing in the centres. He's not a distributor. He's not a creative ball-playing guy.
You want to see the wings lurking. You want to see the wings lurking around 10, 12, 13, looking for those half gaps and little quick offloads. Right now, the wings are a little bit too far away to get any feed off any of their, their strong runs. So you just want them to be a little bit flatter. They can line up one foot away from them if he needs to.
Have another crack at the posts here through Bergamasco.
This is what sustained pressure, right? Sustained territory pressure can do. You get a couple penalties and you get shots at poles. Eventually you hope something opens up to score some tries, but let's take the 3 points. We just need him to convert.
Doesn't get any closer on his last one. Off the uprights. Bergamasco now. Another chance to add 3. Better strike, he's happy with it. Flags go up, 10 points to 6. 26 and a half minutes gone here for San Diego. Still holding on to the lead.
They got beat by that quick kick after his first penalty, so they sharpened up a little bit, hustled back. Let's see what they do. Contestable kick or deep.
Conrad, it's contestable. When you comes through, taps it. McKenzie shedding tacklers as he's taken down inside the 22. Purdon to the left. Conrad finds Suniula. Long floating pass out to Tefetti, out to Stanfield. Can he get a double? No, dragged down meters short of the line. Beautiful ball distribution here from San Diego as they pick down the blind side.
And that's great power by Suniula. Comes in as a forward, basically, and picks and drives.
They're very close to the line. Can they get this down? Referee says yes. Try time, San Diego.
It all started from the kick, Dan. They went for contested kick. Great ups by Takuta. Taps it back. McKenzie goes down. Creates a ruck. And you'll see on the replay from that ruck some great skills.
It looks like it was a little replacement scrum half. Charlie Purdon who gets the 5-pointer. And right after putting some points on the board, Sacramento gets stung off the kickoff, like you said. But the ball distribution, especially the pass from Suniula, on an absolute string that led them to this corner, Kevin. Talk us through this.
Well, you got a big drive. You had to pick left, and then you had to pick right from Tefete. And Charlie Purdon comes in and says, "Thank you very much. I'm going to take this one from you." He gets a nice little 5-pointer for himself.
The hero here just a few weeks ago.
That's right.
Gets the match winner. That one slightly easier for the young South African.
But it all started from the ruck. McKenzie broke the line, set up a ruck. They had two beautiful passes to get it out there, and then just a couple quick pick and goes to score that try. It was very, very well played. Sacramento really needs to get sorted on the restarts. They've had a bit of issues, both on their side, kicking off and receiving. San Diego's taking advantage, so let's kick it deep. Let's not cause a penalty, and get some territory back for them.
Well, check the first box. Deep kick off to Stanfield. He takes this ball up outside his 22. Conversion was successful on that try. 17 points to 6 after 30 here. Still with San Diego. Khalifi moving around the back of the ruck. So go back to Conrad. Pretty solid game here from the replacement fly half in his first start here for San Diego. I thought he's done a fantastic job so far, especially filling those gigantic shoes of Kurt Morath as well.
Yeah, he's the point. Kurt Morath is the points leader in the league right now. Played against him actually when he was playing for Tonga. He's a very solid player. He's a beautiful boot, very skilled. Grew up in New Zealand, played for Taranaki. Yeah, Conrad's doing a great job kind of filling in, controlling the game. But you get a penalty for sack. Exactly what they need to do. Come down, deep kickoff, let them kick, keep the ball ball for a couple phases, and earn yourself a penalty.
It's a simple blueprint, isn't it? Just executing.
Yeah. If you could just write it down, it'd be that easy.
Buckwell makes those throws look easy as Quill brings us down. They set the maul. It really has been their trademark this year, Sacramento. The rolling maul. Such an efficient big forward pack. And the familiar sight, the little garden gnome from Canada, Ray Barkwell at the back. As he's taken just outside the 22. Saint to his left, Bergamasco. Runs again. Got to start getting rid of that ball. Saint finds Langy on the loop.
Oof.
He's just barreling over defenders, leaves two San Diego players in his wake before he knocks that ball on. Let me tell you, when Langy figures out the nuances of this game, he's going to be dangerous. I wouldn't be using him running around one off like that. I'd be trying to get him off my 10, maybe off my 12 even. He is so destructive. Look at this.
These are two strong tacklers, 6 and 7, and he's coming in, taking them both on, standing right back up. There wasn't a wrap, right? He didn't hold him down when he made that. He attempted that tackle, so he's allowed to get back to his feet, keep on plugging. So, yeah, I tell you what, I'd be happy to be out on the wing, not having to tackle him too often during this match.
Yeah, guys like Langy make me very happy sitting up here with you and not down there anymore.
That's why I'm a sevens player.
No Langy Langies on the sevens, just Sunny Bills.
Yeah, fair enough.
Here we go, San Diego. Breathe a sigh of relief. Got 8 minutes to play before the break. We'll be pretty content to go into the sheds at 17-6. Some more points would be nice as well. As Tui Samoa, he's grasped by that man, Langy Langy. Just outside his 22. Can't kick this one out in the full. They're going to have to reset. Conrad does that. We'll keep this in play. Brewer will attack. Goes out wide. There's the
Good
footwork.
footwork.
Tikasuva. He's met just outside the 40. Oro, little kick from Brewer. The chase is better this time, and Tio has to let that one go over the sideline, and that's the result you'll take. If it's a 50-50, that's what you want. But San Diego have gone quickly. That's not what you want. There's McKenzie back inside the Tio. Long flat pass. Conrad puts it on the foot, and here comes Nguyen. And just like that, a positive pickup from Sacramento turns around. San Diego goes 60.
Oh, and here we go. Let's play rugby. Let's play rugby. Mirko back inside to the big number 2. Here he comes to his captain. Oh, and it's a beautiful try, Dan Power. It's a beautiful try by the captain, John Quill.
Beautiful stuff. I'd taken a rest. I thought the ball was over the sideline. Kevin Swearens is quick in the commentary boxes. He is down on the field. He's picked it up, and they've gone the length. And Sacramento, they do a San Diego to San Diego. Brilliant stuff. 17 points to 11. Kick to come.
It's just like when we used to play together. I got to pick up the slack for you. You know, you're missing the beat here. You know, this is pretty fun, Dan.
Well, I'll talk through the replay. I'll do your job for you then. How about Ray Barkwell here? Maybe put Ray Barkwell at fly half. Look at the draw and pass there. Beautiful stuff from the hooker. And big Captain Quill, he dots it down.
There's nothing really Mikey Teo could have done there unless he's got his number 6 there, Chris Tiori. Unless Chris is screaming, I can get ball, then maybe he can shut off and go for Quill, but that communication, it's mandatory. Sacramento just took advantage. The San Diego team thought the ball was in touch and we're going to have a little bit of a lax in play, reset, but they found it. Mirko attacked very well there to create the try for his team.
Well, I sat down. Garrett Brewer's calling, no, don't throw it. So I calmed down and sat down. Next thing you know, they're off to the races. Brilliant stuff.
Brilliant. That's the type of rugby you want to see.
That one is short. Barkwell. Barkwell. He's going to have a shoe line out by next fall if he keeps playing like that. Saints goes back to Brewer. They need to play the territory. They go high. The chase.
The chase is good this time.
Tap back, Stanfield. Broken play. I worry every time for Sacramento when it's broken play. San Diego have so many hot steppers. So dangerous.
Timmy Stanfield picking up the scraps as he does.
Tefetti now takes it up to halfway, still with San Diego. Look at Purdon wanting to play quickly. Suniula goes short. Tio, they lose it. No advantage coming. Back for a penalty right on halfway. Just wonder if that's in the distance here for Conrad. Probably a little bit of a stretch for him at sea level.
I think our big number 12, Andrew Suniula, he gave Mikey Teo. It's a pretty good pass, but you know, it was a little bit hesitant. I think Mikey wasn't expecting it. But either way, we got to control the ball in contact. Fortunately for them, they had the penalty advantage.
And they whip this one towards the sideline. Conrad inside the 22.
That's a great kick.
That is a great kick, and they'll have a chance to get off this line out to attack with about 5 minutes left to play here in the first half.
It's an interesting place to be attacking from. You're inside the 22. You can do a rolling maul, appeal, just like they did last time. You can come off the top and have your backline attack. There's still a little place for a grub kick or a chip kick. It's a dangerous place as a backline to defend from.
It certainly is. But the line out goes astray again. Lilo. He's taken more San Diego lineouts than I think San Diego has as a team today. Brewer clears this out. That's what you want from young Brewer. That big boot of his. Comes down to Stanfield. Tio. They need a better chase. They're disjointed. They need to get into a single line as Tio can make them hurt as he takes this over halfway. Gets the offload to Purdon. Ball spills back. Conrad. He'll look to the pocket. Probably not a great option there from Conrad as Bergamasco sitting back there waiting.
Lots of space behind.
He does that, just that, as he drives this down into the 22. Bounce not favourable for Sacramento as it sits up for Tio. He'll take his time. And he puts this one over the sideline. bringing an end to the kicking duel.
I'll tell you what, Sacramento's come on the last, say, 8 minutes here. We're looking at the winning side, Sacramento, taking advantage of territory, possession. They're winning the kicking exchanges. Unfortunately, we got an injury over here.
Looks like Val Lilo may have picked up a knock on that last line out. Maybe up on the hip, the quad.
Looks like an ankle. He might have got rolled up on when he won his 6th line out of the day.
It's lucky I'm in orthopedics, isn't it? I know all this stuff, the hip and the quad. It's just right next door to the ankle. We got a little time out here as they attend to young Lilo. Yet 17 points to 13. They're certainly in this game, Sacramento.
I'll tell you what, you wouldn't expect it watching the game, Dan. You know, San Diego dominated for so much of this first half, but in just a few minutes, Sacramento come back with a penalty, then that beautiful try, and 10 points later, they're right back in it. So, you know, if they can get another penalty right here in this attacking platform, hey, a penalty or a try, something to put a little more pressure. Just keep ball, keep possession.
And as many of you pro rugby fans would have noticed during the week, the Name Your Team competition is live and active right now. You submitted thousands of names for your Name the Team contest. They've sorted through them and narrowed them down to 3 per team. Now it's time to vote. Your votes decide what Sacramento, San Diego, Ohio, San Francisco, and Denver will become. This is the first time a professional league anywhere in the world has put the naming completely in the hands of its loyal fans. Don't miss out on this historic opportunity. Go to prorugby.org today and cast your votes. What would your votes be? Have you seen the names yet?
I haven't seen the names.
They're up on the Facebook page. Get on the Facebook page,
All right.
Pro Rugby North America, and go to the website and get voting.
I know what San Diego wants to be called.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't one of their options, though. Back inside now, Quill.
Again.
Oh, it could be a penalty here, playing that man without the ball. Referee Barad agrees. He's got him for offside instead. Very lucky there for San Diego. I thought he played that man without the ball there quite early. But they will have a penalty and a chance to put some more points on the board and take this back to a 1-point ball game.
It's one of my frustrations, Dan, actually, is you have a penalty advantage, you gain a little bit of territory, and there's another penalty. And a lot of times they go back to the original penalty. Well, you gained your advantage. Why not give us the new penalty? This is straight in front of the post. Should not be a problem for Mirko.
Right in front of the sticks. This would be a nice 3 points too, right in the shadows of half-time. Bring them back within 1 point. And you'd have to think, almost 30, at least 25 minutes of this game. It's been all San Diego dominated. Sacramento find themselves within 1 point. 17 points to 16. We've got about 2 minutes left to play before the break.
Valilo over here, he's looking like he's struggling a bit. He's going to have to power through to the halftime and hopefully get some treatment and some tape.
They did pick up Cam Falcon from the Ohio squad, the young hooker out of LSU. Maybe a little bit of a reshuffle with Barkwell. They've also got some other big bodies on the bench to bring on as well. Great take there. Looks like Brewer up there taking a catch. The old safe hands drill on the onside kickoff in NFL. McKenzie goes in looking at this ball. San Diego looking for a turnover here. They may have it. Suniula, Tarori, back to Purdon. Long floating pass to Conrad. Picks it up on the first bounce. Stanfield backs himself on the outside. Stanfield. Tikasuba does well. Herds him back away from that sideline. Pressure coming on Purdon. And now we've got a whistle. Perhaps for a knock-on against San Diego. Yes. And Sacramento. They escaped by the skin of their teeth there.
This restart here is causing them problems, Dan. I just really hope that they can sort that out a little bit. You know, it's a one catch, one phase, and turnover, or they don't even catch it. So, you know, let's sort that out a little bit on the restart. It's causing them trouble. They've scored a try off of it, and San Diego may very well have earned the penalty themselves on this, but fortunately, it's Sacramento's ball. I like the attack from San Diego. They've recognized that it's an area of concern for Sacramento, and they keep coming to it.
Definitely something to work on there. They have their scrum though. Clock ticks towards 40. Lane leaves that one behind. A little messy at the back of the scrum. He's still got the ball and off he goes.
Oh.
Conrad, zero chance of stopping Lange one-on-one there. Saint, he's had enough of this. He's going to take us to half-time. As we wait for the referee's whistle, we are on referee's time, not the stadium time, which has elapsed over 40 already. Got a whistle, let's see what's going on there. The only thing I can think of here, Kev, would be some foul play of some sort.
Well, you'd think Chris Saint would know that the time's out. He's the scrum half. He's standing next to the ref, and he would expect.
This is going to go to San Diego. If body language tells you anything, Sacramento are moving back 10 meters. So something's happened off the back of that scrum. It was very messy.
It was surprising that Lange got out of there with the ball.
See if we can listen in to the referee here.
Oh, shame. It's a red card. That's huge. We got to find a replay on that for the viewers. That's huge. Our captain.
That
You can see
in the complex's game, that is massive. Not only playing down, but losing your captain, strike 2. Losing a player of John Quill's ability, especially the breakdown, strike 3. That is going to be a huge thing for Sacramento to overcome now. Down to 14 for the entire second half.
we really need to see that replay, Dan, but I just can't imagine anything so severe that happened to deserve a red card. We'll have to see the replay, though.
Well, the first thing, it's got to be a punch or something of that significance for an immediate red card.
It's, in my mind, it's got to be a few punches. It's got to be something dirty, right? Dangerous.
See what we can find here. Watch Quill right there. He's on Purdon. Throws him to the ground. I hope that's not it. I hope that's not it.
If that's it, then we have some issues. Yeah, I can see the displeasure in John Quill's eyes. He's a national team player. He's an international player. You know, if he deserved it, I think he would take it. But you can see the displeasure on his face, and from that replay at least, he definitely didn't.
Well, that puts a punctuation mark on the first 40 here as San Diego go to the sheds with the slimmest of leads, 17 points to 16. We'll be right back after the break with some more action and first half highlights. Don't go away.
That's why.
16. And for you viewers tuning in who are new to the game, we've got a little package for you to give you some of the slight nuances and the differences between rugby, the game we love, and American football, the game you know.
A lot of people try to compare rugby from American football.
You've got the same similar shape ball, similar type athletes.
People enjoy the physical part of the game, the contact, the hitting. American football came from rugby. Sweetly struck. Kind of weird to say rugby's like football. In actuality, it's football that's like rugby.
Kruger to Nguyen on the outside, touching Nguyen, cuts back in, what a try!
Rugby is very much a player's game rather than a coach's game. Players have to think on their feet. They have to make many more decisions.
Petrie goes deep to the backs now. Huge flung pass. It's going to be a try. It's wild.
More so than football, the game is always moving. It's always evolving.
Now they're going for the try line here. Better body positions here from the United States.
A try or a touchdown.
Heels away, and then it throws over. I think no.
You physically have to put the ball down.
Guenya will be in, and Zia Guenya gets it down.
There's more of a contest at that try line, touchdown zone.
Now the full latch onto it. Oh, it flies over.
Aerobic fitness is much more important in rugby. You've got to play offense, defense, back and forth.
Seen them on the 7 series do the same thing, but it's kept on with another intercept. Can you believe it?
You can be a big, strong guy, like a football lineman, but if you can't run all day, you can't play rugby.
And a great video there put together by Pro Rugby for those differences. Score is 17 points to 16 here at halftime. And the big story out of the first half will be that red card from John Quill. When we come back, we'll take a look at that and other highlights from the first half. Don't go away. Okay?
Yeah.
Stanfield's try. Penalty that split the try. Purden's one. I'll do the last two to take us to break.
Okay.
And welcome back to Torero Stadium. 17 points to 16. Plenty of highlights in the first 40 minutes of action here. And we got things started. It's the kickers got their names on the score sheet. Bergamasco first with 3 points. And then Carly Conrad. He replies with 3 of his own for San Diego before we saw the first try, Kevin.
Well, it was this is from Tim Stanfield. Big chase after a kick from Mikey Teo. And he just hustled. He out-hustled. He dove. He sold out for it. Beautiful by San Diego. And then you had Bergamasco come back. Sacramento with the penalty, 3 points. Straight down the middle after missing one prior to that. But San Diego strikes back after the kickoff. A couple of big hands. Get to the forwards. Drive. And Charlie's going to come in and be cheeky about it. Thank you very much. Got it down on the line.
It was great stuff from San Diego at that point. Plenty to celebrate as all the momentum was going their way. And then in a blink of an eye, everything changed as Sacramento, through John Quill, their captain, gets a try. And then Bergamasco would add another penalty before the chaos at the end of the first half that saw John Quill red-carded, and he will be out for the rest of the game. 17 points to 16 are where things stand. Everything to play for in this second half. Can San Diego hold on, or will a 14-man Sacramento steal this victory away from them? Don't go away. When we come back, all the action for the second half. And welcome back to Torero Stadium in beautiful San Diego, California. 17 points to 16 here. San Diego leading over Sacramento. And folks, what a great occasion it's been as we see the fans pouring in. And one of the unique things that Pro Rugby has done this season, they've got the fans involved. They've made it interactive. And now it's the fans' turn to have their voices be heard, to name their teams. Take some ownership over the teams in your city. This is the first time a professional league is putting the official naming rights of its teams completely in the hands of its fans. So don't miss out on this historic opportunity. Go online today to prorugby.org and cast your votes. There are some absolute rippers out there, Kev, aren't there? Some good names that have come out for the teams. You've got, we'll go through some of them right here. For San Diego, you've got the Admirals, the Destroyers, and the Breakers playing on to the very coastal theme there. I like those. And then Sacramento, the Steamers, the Express, and the Pioneers. All good commentator names, those are. I'd like all three of those. But it's not up to me. It's not up to Kevin Swearin. It's up to you, the fans. So get online today and get voting for your team. And that will be in effect for next season.
It's a great idea to give some ownership to the fans, be a part of the community, and you know, get out and support your local rugby team, your professional local rugby team.
Now, Kevin, red card aside here, obviously it's going to be an issue we're going to have to deal with later, and as we get more information, we'll definitely pass it on to the viewers. But Sacramento, they're going to be down to 14. What are they going to have to do in this second half to try to get a victory here?
In the end, Dan, it's going to come to work rate. It's 14 v 15. The back three is going to be, you know, down to 2 men, so the rotation is going to be has to be pretty perfect. There's going to be space in the back, all right, for San Diego to exploit. They're going to have to keep possession. They can't get into a ping-pong match now where they were doing pretty well with it. Garrett Brewer's big leg, he's going to have to put some of these kicks out. So it's going to be a challenge. I think they can meet them up front if they just keep ball, which they did very well at the end of the half in San Diego territory, earned them a try, earned them some penalties. They're going to have to do that with a little bit more territory. San Diego, on the other hand, they're explosive. I think they can exploit even more now with Sacramento being down to 14 man. The space, they can exploit the space with their beautiful attacking back line, the quick ball that they're achieving with the forwards, and their platform's pretty strong. Go ahead.
Yeah, we see the referees coming on. You never really want the referees to be the headline. Unfortunately, that's the way it has been from this first half. And then for San Diego, for them, the biggest thing is just to not to fall in the trap of complacency, knowing that they have that man advantage, I guess, Kev.
They need to come out right away. First 5, 6, 7 minutes, attack. They keep the ball, put a sustained amount of pressure on Sacramento, tire them out, okay, and then eventually space will open up for them. And it has with 15 players, and they're going to put some kicks in behind and really challenge them at the restarts, the lineouts, the scrums. I really think it's going to be a massive uphill challenge for Sacramento here to stay in this game without their captain.
It certainly is. It's going to probably fall on the shoulders of some of their players on the interchange bench. They're going to come in playing a player down is going to take its toll, especially on the petrol tank there, the gas tank of some of these players. As we take a look at Phil McKenzie, he hasn't been an outstanding signing. He really has ingrained himself in the community out here. The man known as the Dragon, and he is looking to unload here in the second half.
Yeah, Ryan Mattias sustained a bit of an injury to his knee. He's been playing very well at 13 for San Diego. Phil McKenzie at the wing for the last few matches, but you know, he comes into center and he's doing well. He's coming in. He's a big unit, this Canadian. He likes to rough and tumble. He likes to get in the scrappy stuff as Canadians do. But you know, we'll see what these two centers from Sacramento can do. You know, they're big units. Coro is a hard charging, running backline player, and I really hope they can get a little bit more ball from Mirko.
And speaking of big units, they don't come much bigger than that man right there. Oli Khalifi, USA Eagle. He will be going away in just a few weeks for the June test for them, the doubleheader.
That's right, the June test coming up here on the 5th and 6th of June, starting down here in San Diego, actually. Some of the players, there'll be players from both teams. Some of our Sevens boys will be in the mix, USA Sevens, the team I'm training with down here. you know, they'll get a little run around with our 15s boys. So shout out to them, and hopefully they're all healthy and feeling ready about it. Our season just ended, Dan. Finished 6th in the world. It's pretty good effort, and had a 3rd place finish to end the season. So they'll be after about just a week off. They'll be ready to get back in the action.
And their best player still recovering from a knee injury.
Shame, no, just
Brett Thompson.
That's right, big old Brett. We've been coming back from injury together. Unfortunately, we both tore our ACLs at the same time, but it has been fortunate for both of us to be rehabbing together, pushing each other. So it's never fun coming back from injury, but Brett Thompson's an absolute character, and it's been pretty fun spending every day with him, working hard. So
unfortunately fortunate for the both of you.
In fact, unfortunately fortunate, and his brother's on the field playing for Sacramento.
Yep.
We'd like to see a little more of him, actually, but he'll have a hard job in the second half because the back three usually sustain the challenge of dealing with the man down. So let's see what they can do.
Well, 40 minutes to go here. San Diego on the radio screens will be kicking off, and they hold a 1-point lead over Sacramento. Conrad, he'll get us restarted. Second half is underway here at Torero Stadium. Cena, safe underneath it, brought down by Terori. Saint now. No mistake rugby from Sacramento is going to be the theme in the second half. They go back. Brewer. That one goes right down the middle. Not where he wants it. He's got to play into those corners. Like you said, Kev, he's got to get that ball over the sideline. Not to this man here, Taku Nguyen. Can the flying winger light this stadium up like he's done to so many stadiums around the world? Biden's now. Oof. Another big Canadian, and a big collision by guess who? Langy. Penalties here for offside. Those are the ones that are going to hurt Sacramento.
I mean, they're out in front of the 22 there. Sacramento passes back to Brewer for the deep kick, but why not put up a high box kick? Put a little sustained pressure on them with a chase instead of just giving the ball to Mikey Teo, the ever-dangerous Mikey Teo, who gives it to Takudza, and ultimately they earn a penalty. We got to be really smart if we're Sacramento. We really have to challenge every play. We can't give anything free back. No, the penalties have to be down big time. So it's not a great start to the second half, but let's see if they can come back just like they did in the first.
This competition is going to be great for guys like Garrett Brewer. Very talented player. Probably had his way in college for the most part because of his talent, and now he's accountable for his actions. He's got a big foot, but he has no control over it. He needs to put the driver back in the bag, get the 3-wood out. As that kick stays away, unsuccessful coming back to the 22. Yeah, put the 3-wood. Just don't try to kick the thing so hard every time, and play your corners, play the percentage.
He brings out the big dog. He brings out the number one, right?
Put it away.
Hey, we gotta have a little more control. He did have pretty good control to start the match and to end the half, but there's a little bit in between there where he was off.
He goes high down the middle on this one, right to halfway. Conrad underneath it. Finds Teo and a looping McKenzie on the inside as Nguyen. He's chopped down. Great tackle from Neeson there. The lock forward on the flying winger. Back towards the middle. Conrad. Looping pass. There's Tui Halamaka. What a name he is, and what a handful as he lays it back. Trouble here. They've got some numbers. Barkwell does well to get up and interrupt the play. Still though with McKenzie. The Dragon spreading his wings, dancing around inside the 22. And the obstruction, we're coming back for a penalty. Probably a fair call there from referee.
Very fair call, and it's just an unfortunate. I think Mikey Teo was asking for the ball here. You just wish he's asking for the ball, give him a short line. He didn't give it, and that's going to happen if he doesn't give that ball away, if he doesn't give that ball up to Mikey Teo. Just a bit unfortunate. It's a penalty obstruction. It happens. Not an accidental offsides by any means, so the right call by our referee, Leah.
Give Sacramento a chance to attack just on the San Diego side of halfway. Great take from Meeson. Saint now moves it across to his right. Bergamasco. Oh, in comes Langy. Big collision. As Tefetti meets him on the gain line. Still with Bergamasco now as he's dragged down. Sacramento have made some changes as Big Kefu's on the field. Quoro kicks through. Chase is good.
Didn't look so natural from the center, but he did find some space. Decent chase.
He gets there and secures the tackle there on Stanfield. Right on the 40. Purdon, tough pass to Conrad, does well. Looks up, sees some space. Can he split the back three? Does beautifully. Conrad, as Bergamasco lets that one bounce back into the 22. Brewer has time.
Put this into the stands. No quick lineouts. Perfect. Touched by the fans, so he won't be able to play that. But I like what he did there. You know, Conrad found the sliver. Again, I mentioned the back three are going to be challenged here. Typically, they find you'll find the space in the back when the man's down. So Conrad did exactly that. Put Sacramento under pressure.
Dolina, great tag. Tui Samoa. Short ball, the Suniula right through. Fends away from Langi. Comes at him again and spills the ball. Now with Brewer. Quoro can't find it. We're coming back for the initial knock on. And dangerous stuff there from San Diego as they open them up in the middle.
Back and forth we go. Andrew Suniula breaks. He runs a beautiful line. He gathers his feet. Langi catches up. He loses the ball. If Garrett Brewer could have put this ball behind San Diego, there's nobody back. He didn't cross his mind. He puts a pass up and knock on, unfortunately.
And we talked about how big of a mountain Sacramento are going to have to climb a player down a point. And it's just those little plays, those little 50-50s that need to start going their way.
You think turnover, boom. San Diego's committed. They're all chasing. There's a big line break. If we can get that ball back, you know, if Brewer can get that ball back into San Diego's territory, then they're doing all right.
Langi, always picking up yards at the back of the scrum. He is an absolute monster.
Conrad's doing well to stick his shoulders in there, though.
Saint comes down. Oh, tough pass for the big man Sione to get down to. He spills it. You can see the frustration in the Sacramento players. Every knock on just takes them a little bit further away.
It wasn't a great pass by the number 9. You gotta say to your player, hey, my bad, but at the same time you're hoping he catches it anyways. You can see the defense of Sacramento. They're really rushing up on the outside, and that's okay. They're trying to prevent the overlaps from happening, but you got to have the pressure from inside as well. Conrad's got too much time to make the decision, so the outside rushes up. He can still kick. We need the 10 to be pressured as well as the outside's coming up and pressuring.
You're absolutely right. It does feel like every time San Diego have the ball, they have a lot of time to make their decisions. Sacramento always seem to be under pressure. And now the battle of the 8s. Langi versus Tui Halamaka. Tui Halamaka picks it up. Purdon. Conrad again with time. Stanfield. Teo keeps it himself as he takes it up and then spills the ball. That's what Sacramento want.
Big kick.
Brewer under pressure from Stanfield. Still finds open space though. They need the chase. Garber goes back. Teo. Dances, floats one out to Nguyen. Tikasuva comes at him, drags him down, almost, no, still going Nguyen up over the halfway line. Good stuff there from Taku Nguyen.
Love watching him accelerate into contact.
Tough pass for Dolino as he puts that one down midfield. And Sacramento get away with one there. It's going to be a scrum just on San Diego's side, off halfway, as we see the pressure that Brewer was under to get that kick away.
And it was a great kick. It was an awkward kick. It actually turned into a spiral off the inside of his foot. But, you know, great to get away. And is exactly what we talked about, Dan. Turnover ball, spilt forward, boom, put a big kick in behind the defense of San Diego. And it allowed them to gain 30, 40 meters. Here we are with a scrum, and it's their ball. They're put in.
They've done the right thing here by pulling one of the outside backs and putting them in the scrum. Keeps the balance there. Especially when you've got Langi off the back too. You can really give away that first phase and say we don't even have to go wide. Just let Langi do his thing and get on the front foot with him. The Saint kick possession away and probably not the great option there for Sacramento. Down a player, you don't want to give San Diego the ball. You'd rather grind it out with 14.
It's not a bad option. I think it's more of the execution. You know, to gain 15 meters Playing in their territory, it's okay. We want to be inside their 22 if they're going to make that kick.
Barkwell. It's going the way of Sacramento, but San Diego do well to steal this line out. Comes down to Stanfield. Stanfield sees some big men in front of him, backs himself, dragged down though.
Oh, that's a big ruck from San Diego, but it's a penalty on Sacramento.
Coming in from the side. This will allow Conrad to clear this kick.
That's what we can't do. You're Sacramento, you're down a man. You really have to be patient. You can't. The more you start creating penalties here, San Diego's going to exploit you quickly.
Dolina takes it well. Purdon to the middle. Suniula. Tui Samoa.
Oh, big hit.
Look at Barkwell. Right over the ball. Can't get the turnover though. Purdon. Long flat pass. Tui Halamaka. And Langi come together. Looking like something.
There's that pressure.
Oh, it spills forward.
Oh, and
now Khalifi. Can he go all the way? Khalifi dragged down, 5 out from the line. Still with Sacramento. Numbers down the blind side. Oh, he drops the ball. Unforgivable stuff there from Poirot.
Gut-wrenching, painful to watch. You see the big pressure from outside. It pops forward off Sunula. And we got the big rumbling, tumbling. Number 3, Olive Khalifi. He gets hawked down by his opposite number. And we just dropped the ball. He looked. He saw the space. His eyes lit up. It's happened. It's happened to us all, Dan. But, you know, you just find some disappointment in that either way. You know that's a 5-pointer. It's a guaranteed 5-pointer he catches. He had another man outside of him. He can score or he can pass and allow his teammate to finish it off for him.
It just comes down to big game experience, doesn't it? Putting yourself in that situation enough times to feel comfortable. Don't feel rushed. You know what you have to do. You've done it 100 times. Just do it. But like you said, he took a big look, saw a bunch of space. I can guarantee all that's going through his head is don't drop this ball. And that's usually what happens.
Well, you saw on the replay his eyes lit up. You know, his head came up before the ball was in his hand. Fortunately, we got another injury on the field.
Looks like little scrum half Chris Saint, one of the players, which would be a big loss. We've got Jope Moticano on the bench as well, who's a fantastic replacement. And it looks like he'll be coming on as Saint is nursing something pretty serious there. Yeah, Moticano gives him a slap on the injured shoulder on his way off.
Take care, buddy. Yeah, Jope's a Seattle product, Fijian player, very, very dynamic. I really like him. He actually might be the right move for Sacramento to come in, create some quick ball, have some dashes and darts at the line. Chris Saint did a great job managing. Unfortunate for him, he's got a little bit of an arm injury.
Moticano, he is a live wire, the little Fijian. Let's see if we can get going. Looks like Conrad was the player that's down, and that brings on Kurt Morath. What an interchange that is.
Well, that's not too shabby, right? You bring in your league-leading point scorer, accurate with the boot, smart with attack. He's actually a pretty good defender as well, so he's an all-around player.
Tui Halamaka off the back. Bergamasco does well to lock him up. Up towards the 22. He's given a little bit of real estate here to Morath. And he gets that kick high. Won't find the sideline though. Thompson, maybe his first touch of the game.
Good
Thompson.
Footwork by Ryan Thompson.
Great footwork as he leaves Stanfield. Now he leaves another Purdon. Sione Latte. Oh, Langi spills the ball the second time in minutes. Can you believe it? Sacramento fans, there's remote controls flying across living rooms all through Northern California right now.
I am freaking out up here, Dan Power. I swear. That was, first of all, Ryan Thompson with the great footwork. He pins the defender. He beats 2. He pins another. And then we're off to the races. And the last pass just doesn't get finished. You want to see those tries finished, Dan. I swear, Luke. I know what Luke Gross is thinking on the sideline.
I'm not going to say it. I know what he's thinking, but there's no way I'm saying it. And we talked about Ryan Thompson hadn't seen much ball. Finally gets a bit of quality ball, and he makes it happen himself. He doesn't need it from his other players. He almost goes all the way.
He gave Tim Stanfield a little of his own Middleton, a little in and out move, and Tim sat down.
Here we go, Tui Halamarka off the back. Laney trying to make up for that handling error. Goes back to Morath. Will find sideline this time. No, Brewer, he's underneath it. Oh, that's not a great option. The little chip right into the hands of Mike Teo. Can he link up? Finds Nguenya. Nguenya weighs up his options, takes a tackle there. Good work from the veteran. Slows it up as they set the breakdown. Dolina goes up towards halfway. Purdon plays so quick, the little South African scrum half. Great ball, Tarori. Can he get the hands free? No. Barkwell all over the top of him. Purdon down to his left now. Inside, Tui Samoa, big hole. Purdon needs some support. Finds it out wide in Stanfield. One-on-one with Bergamasco. Cuts back inside. We're coming back for a forward pass. There was a flying dragon on the inside. I thought that was going to be the option for Purdon. He goes out to the left. And Sacramento, just like that, dodge another bullet.
It's Kurt Morath. He's attacking the line. He's coming in. He finds the inside ball to Tui Samoa. Tui Samoa does a nice little flick pass. And then Purdon, he's got to throw a looping pass over the head of Bergamasco. It was the right read. It just didn't come off because of that looping pass. And you see it drifts forward. He was just outside the 22, and Tim Stanfield caught the ball on the 22. So it was the right call.
Yeah, for the assistant referees.
Tim Stanfield eagerly trying to get a double for himself. He's been close twice now. Let's see if Sacramento can control the ball here.
Nakano goes back to Brewer. Brewer makes no mistakes to this. Over the sideline. And well up into the crowd. Nice little souvenir there.
I thought you were going to catch that one, Dan Power.
Go. Still not out of trouble though, Sacramento. As San Diego through to Fetty. Get this in. Dolina. Purdon moves it to his right. There's Morath. Great pass. Suniula. Tui Samoa chopped down midfield. Brilliant tackle. Another penalty, not getting out of the ruck.
Oh,
Purdon goes quick. Now knock back 10.
Oh, he's pretty close to 10.
Tell some of these Sacramento players just getting frustrated with how the game's going for them. It's frustration not only with how the match is going, but you can tell internally as well, them not performing to their peak. And it's starting to grind on them.
There are moments of brilliance. There are some really nice moments on defense. They're rushing up. They're putting pressure. They're being very eager. This is the second penalty attempt by San Diego in the half. You got the points leader here attempting. You know, it's all but guaranteed. But you know, I'm really happy with how Sacramento's been playing most of this half with a man down. I just wish they could have got one of those. You know, for their own sake, they could have finished one of those tries.
About to say 50-50 balls. I think they were a little better than 50-50s. Those were 80-20s. 80%, you've got to catch that thing and put it down. Like I said, Kurt Morath sits atop the point scorers for the entire league.
You hope those moments early on give them a little bit of inspiration to keep attacking, to keep ball, keep putting pressure on San Diego.
No mistakes. The Tongan International splits the uprights, 20 points to 16. They give themselves a tiny little bit of breathing room there. 4 points, meaning Sacramento's going to have to score a try here. We'll kick a couple of penalties, otherwise two-score game.
Let's see if they can put up a contestable ball now. And they're going for it.
It's a good restart. Taps back. Taken him there by Kefu, close to the sideline. He's got to have a little bit better of awareness there, the big replacement prop, as Biden bundles him over.
He was definitely helped by the San Diego defender, but yeah, he's got to figure out how to stay in there. But it was a contested restart. They won it. Fortunately, they're here playing defense once again.
Looks like they may have got the line out here, so Kefu has, just for the viewers at home, this commentary box is quite high here. We lose a good portion of the sideline. We must have thrown that ball back in field at the last minute. or we're playing a knock-on here against San Diego. Even better. Even better. We'll go back for a knock-on.
He definitely tried to do that. In his plan of action, as he's going to touch, threw it off the San Diego defender, perhaps, or maybe he hit the ball out of his hands into touch.
One way or the other, we've got a scrum, and Sacramento's ball. Early push again coming in.
When you have the dominant scrum, there's no need for that. You have to wonder what's going on for it to happen twice. A little bit eager, maybe because they know they're the dominant team in set piece.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure that their forwards have probably been their shining light this season, Sacramento. They do have a really good pack. As talented as they are in the back line, they're just lacking a cohesion.
They've lacked a little bit of attacking go forward, strong running lines, but let's see what their pack can do here. See if we can get the ball back.
To Halamaka. Can we find Purden? Morath. Sudiola on a straight line. Right into Bergamasco. The Italian does well to bring him down. Ball goes back, still with Tui Samoa. Beats a few defenders up towards the halfway line. Purden now, to his right. Flat pass, Tio, great hands out to Nguyen. Nguyen scoots away from one. Can he get around another? Vintage Nguyen! Taku Nguyen! He's going to got it down under the post. Beautiful stuff, San Diego.
Sorry about it. 4 defenders left wondering what just happened. Well, that's Takudza Nguyen for you. Check it out. We got the scrum half coming around. Beautiful hands by Mikey Teo. A little goose step on the number 4. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Bye-bye, Garrett Bender. And then Ryan Thompson comes over, rushing hard. And Takudza shows his change of direction quite well under the post. It was a great run. Good team setup. And Takudza just finished it off for him, beating 3 guys.
Well, there was some concerns. He'd lost a step over the years. Gets a little long in the tooth, but showing no signs of it there. Taku Nguyen.
Talking to him before the match, and I told him he's going to score a beautiful try tonight for me, and he said, no, I'm just, you know me, I'm just a defender now, just pass it off, and I'm going to have to, he's going to owe me a drink after for that one. Called it.
Well, make sure he kicks the ball there. He's that fast, he might be out the door before he pays and leaves you with a drink and the tab. Let's look at this again, front on nothing better.
See the footwork, watch his feet, boom! And that hard right step, again, hard right step. It's such class. It's what he's been doing. The nice thing about Takudza playing here in San Diego for the American viewers is that they haven't been able to see him play that much over the years. He's been playing in France since the 07 World Cup. He's been doing this year after year, season after season. Everyone remembers him for skinning Habana in the 07 World Cup. It happens all season, every season for Biarritz, and it's great for the American public to see him.
Well, Garrett Brewer is in good company there with Brian Habana. He got stood up there, looking more like a statue at the museum than a fullback.
I don't think his feet were able to get out of the grass on that one. He's still stuck, kind of standing there, wondering what happened.
But he's not alone. I'm telling you, he's one of the hardest men to defend one-on-one.
Yeah,
not only in his prime, but obviously still today was Taku Nguyen. We are right back up to halfway. Sacramento down by 11 now. Still 20 minutes to play. Plenty of time. As Chris Terori comes from the field.
Terori, a former Sevens player, he was with the team here in San Diego. Decided to play some pro rugby, and he's doing very well for himself.
Here we go. Sacramento. Bergamasco finds Langy in the pocket. I'm telling you, John Mitchell might be wanting to take a close look at him. Even as a development player, just bring him into camp. See what he's about. He is just so damaging.
He might not bring him into camp just because he'll cause so many injuries. He's a big unit. He runs hard. I think he's fairly new to the game.
Very new.
Very new. And if he can establish himself with some footwork, with some offloading prowess, he could be a very because he's a tough runner. And once you start getting into using your footwork As a big runner like that, guys sit down. Very, very difficult to tackle you. You run straight over a guy, you might run him over, but he's still going to get you down, at higher levels of rugby.
Forget about coaching staff. If I'm a shoulder surgeon anywhere in California, I'm getting in touch with Langy and saying, can we figure out some sort of sponsorship agreement? You keep separating him, I'll keep fixing him, everyone wins. And here he comes now at Moras. Suniula inside, Tui Halamaka. Purden comes down the left, throws a dummy. Purden right through, no support.
And there's
Montano drags him down. The holes are starting to open up now as fatigue sets in for Sacramento. Another pick. Suniula, one-on-one. Brewer's not going to stop the big man, and he gets a try. The floodgates starting to open here at Torero Stadium.
It was 8 or 9 minutes there, Dan, where Sacramento was really putting it after him. They held him to 0 points. San Diego comes back, scores a beautiful try through Takudza, and then they put sustained pressure on him. About a 6-7 phase effort here. Andrew Suniula finds the gap. There was no pillar. There was no one behind the ruck, and he spotted it, stepped straight through, and found a huge gap. A lot of that comes down to Jope having to step in the line to make the tackle on Charlie Purden the phase before. Jope Motukana would have been behind that ruck had he not had been in it. So no one steps in, fills the gap for him, and you have no one protecting the backside of the ruck. Andrew Suniula spots it well. Veteran, solid players, played well over 30 caps, I think, for the men's national team. Probably trying to get back in the group as well. His fitness has been a little bit down because of his broken hand, but you can see him. He's a smart player. He's got great feet. He's a big unit, and he sees the game well. Strong leader.
He certainly does. As Morath now will attempt to convert that try. Kick looks good off that trusty right foot of his, and conversion is successful. 34 points to 16, 63 minutes gone in this game as San Diego extend their lead. And I get the feeling, Kevin Swearin, that's not the last we've seen from the scoreboard attendant on the San Diego side here this evening.
Someone on Sacramento's got to say, okay guys, let's go. It's time to put some pressure on. They're going deep. They're going back to their original game plan, see what they get. Oh, and there's a missed catch and a left-footed kick by Tim Stanfield.
And Stanfield does well to get that ball. Won't find the touchline though. Assumption dances with the sideline. The fans pleading with the referee. The touch judge's flag is, we're going all the way back into the 22.
Talk to me, Dan. This ball may have crossed the touchline in the air, but curved back in on his left foot.
But it bounced in the field of play.
But it bounced in the field of play.
So it doesn't matter. It's play on if it bounces in the field of play. I'm not sure what's going on, to be honest with you.
I have no idea.
San Diego didn't take the ball back into their 22, so that can't be the reason. Whatever the reason is, maybe he feels sorry for Sacramento. He wants to give them a line out in the 22. We've got that, and the maul has started.
They could use it.
Barkwell, nice ball. Bergamasco straightens.
That's good feet by Bergamasco.
Great feet. Gets him on the front foot now. Motukana comes down the blind side. Khalifi charges forward. Motukana beckoning his troops in there to help out. He finds Barkwell.
They're going to want to keep it tight here. The advantage is for your forwards in tight.
We've got some big bodies. We'll take this towards the goalpost here and set something up. Langy's pulled himself out. He's setting up in the pocket of Bergamasco. Penalty, they need to go quickly. Motukano taps and goes, finds Bergamasco. No, we're coming back. Not on the mark, says referee Barad.
This is one of my biggest pet peeves right here. The referee sees him tap it. He's behind the mark, but she said, no, it's 1 meter to the left, and so you got to come back.
You just want to let him play.
I would just play the game.
Just let him play.
Let him play. Everyone's set up. It's not like he had a huge advantage by going quick. San Diego was still on the line. But anyway, that's just me. And we're going to come back for a scrum instead of watching some entrepreneurial rugby.
We're going to see some off the back of the scrum. I can feel it. Langy's about to do something explosive.
If he can get outside that, if he can get outside the 6 here, and get into Tim Stanfield, he's got no chance. Sorry about it.
Just physics alone. We can go. We're at the University of San Diego. We can walk over to the physics lab, talk to the professor, say, here's A, Langy, here's B, Stanfield. We've got the irrepressible force versus the very movable object.
And try time.
Try time. We take a little break here for some cramping. Conditions have been absolutely perfect this evening for rugby. Not a lick of wind, but the pace, especially on the Sacramento side, playing the play down for this second half.
It's a little bit chilly. I don't know the temp, maybe about 63, 64, but it's perfect playing weather. The challenge though becomes, Dan, you don't get as hot, and so you don't drink as much water. You don't replenish yourself. You think you're feeling pretty good, and the cramps start to come. Quite often happens in this type of weather.
We're going to come for a scrum here. It will be Sacramento's ball. Down by 18 points.
Get a little bit of a right shoulder. Give Langy the shot to get out to Mikey Teo and Tim Stanfield. Right hand side here. And you always have the option of hitting Garrett Brewer.
And they've got Thompson. He's in the scrum. They need that advantage with their own put in. Ball comes back. Still with Sacramento.
It's a good scrum.
Langy goes. He's brought down just meters from the line though.
You want a quick ball here, Dan.
It's not coming out quickly though. Still in with the forwards. It's tight though. This is a dogfight. This is what Sacramento like.
Offside.
They're all offside. Bergamasco knows that. Comes down the blind side. Looks for a little hole. Can't find it. It's shut immediately by Biden's. Still with Sacramento. Pick and go.
You want to get two successive quick balls out of the ruck with your pick and go forwards. If they can get that, they're strong. They're strong boys. They can get over the line here.
Still with Sacramento though. Another pick. This is a quick ball. They're wide over. It could be a try. It is a try. Sacramento. Have they left it too late though? 12 and a half left on the clock. It looks like it might be the big man, Oli Khalifi, who gets a well-deserved try here tonight.
He made me eat my words there, Dan. I was talking about two quick rucks. He took a slow one out the back. Big, powerful unit. That's just raw strength. You know, I used to train with him up in Seattle early mornings, 6 a.m. at one of the gyms there in Seattle, and he puts the work in. He is a absolute workhorse. For a man that size to be playing, 70, 80 minutes every weekend, you know, it's a unit. He's tired, but he's pushing for his team.
He does punch a lot of minutes in these games here for Sacramento. Bergamasco, conversion is successful, 23-34. Back to 11-point ball game. And we have just under 12 minutes left to play.
A few replacements come on for San Diego. See if they can inject some pace. Ben Lady Gaga here is coming in the backs.
That's a bad sign there for Sacramento as Langy makes his way to the sideline. And he has had an enormous workload this evening.
As does the try scorer, Khalifi.
Those two. You would think would be pretty instrumental in that comeback. Great restart from San Diego. Straight over, says the referee.
It's a great hit by Takuza, the wing, to take out the big lock, but his teammate rolled over and laid on the ball straight over the top. Penalty. It's a good sign for Sacramento. San Diego just needs, ball's in play, and they're off to the races.
Nguyen, he'll shift it across the left. Morath, experienced campaigner, goes downfield with the kick. Brewer, back towards Montecano. Let's watch the footwork. Gets away from the first into Fetty. Dragged down right on the 40 though. Still with Sacramento.
We're tired. We got a man down 20 meters in front of the field of play.
They are absolutely lost at the moment, Sacramento. They need some individual brilliance to help peel them out of this. Quoro steps in. Now Brewer playing the territory. Nguyen goes back, fields that. Inside his 22. Teo, disjointed chase here. Teo's going to kick though. Goes high down to the sideline. As it goes out, and you can tell this time after getting burnt in the first half, San Diego paying them a lot more respect.
Yeah, I would have actually liked to see Mikey Teo have a little go there. You can see all the Sacramento players here walking around, tired, fatigued. Even some players on San Diego's side feeling some cramps in the calves. I think the more San Diego starts to put pressure on these guys, sustained phases, they haven't had any possession for the last 6 or 7 minutes. Keep the ball and put some pressure on Sacramento.
We've got some interchanges coming on now. Youngster just came with the squad this week.
Yeah, it's great to see him come on the field. Very athletic kid. You want to see the ball in his hands, see if he can get some space.
The University of Wyoming. Jarrett back.
You know, when a kid comes from a club like Wyoming, typically he's the man over there, and so it's quite a big transition to come to a professional environment like this.
Here we go, Bergamasco. Dances around midfield before he's finally dragged down. We come back to blindside. Meeson.
Whoa.
That's not what you want.
Not from your 4.
Back to Brewer.
He finds the space though, beautifully. Doesn't get the bounce, unfortunately.
No, and it's going to go all the way over the dead ball line. How unfortunate is that? What looked like a pinpoint perfect kick from Brewer. Takes a little bit of a left-hand kick and then trickles over the dead ball line as we come back 85 meters for a scrum for San Diego. Absolute heartbreak to Sacramento there, Kev.
It was almost perfect, Dan. He found the space, he threaded the needle. It just didn't take the right bounce for him. He needed about 2 more meters to the touchline. But here comes San Diego, right? We got an attacking platform. Finally, they got the ball back in their hands. Let's keep some phases going, put some more pressure on these guys, and they can finish the game off right here, pretty much.
Burden. For an early introduction to the game with the injury to Bliss. He's the hero. Just a few weeks ago against Ohio. He's had another good performance here this evening.
I was at the game in the stands, enjoying a nice battle back and forth when Charlie dotted down to win that one. The crowd went wild. Very exciting match, as this one's been some really nice running rugby.
Here's the put in. Halamarco at the back. Finds Purdon. Morath will kick. That's a better option there. Waits up nicely, Nguyen. Bringing back some of those soccer skills from his earlier years. That one goes over the sideline. And that's those attacking kicks you talked about. That's the option you want to take. You want to make that ball a competition when it either lands or when you're trying to catch it on the full. Beautiful way to kick there from Morath.
The wing comes up too early there. The young buck from Wyoming, he comes up a little bit too quick, and Morath catches them just behind. And I think Takuta got a little unlucky with the kick, with the little chip kick. But hey, maybe next time. I would really like to see San Diego keep ball in hand though, and they win the line out.
We've got them for a little knock on though. A little bit messy here at the end of the game, understandable. Scrum for Sacramento, still in their 22. This is a big win if San Diego can hold on. You would think 11 points up with just 6.5 minutes left to play. Puts them back into second place, Kev. Still in arrears to Denver, but guess who comes to town next week?
Denver.
Denver comes to town next week. So they peg a little bit back this week with Denver on a bye, and then they welcome them next week. And that was a great game. Denver versus San Diego here about a month ago.
Yeah.
Absolute cracker of a game, came right down to the 80th minute. As a big
scrum.
scrum from San Diego, pushing Sacramento off the ball. And they earn the penalty.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know. That might be the first time that's happened to Sacramento this season. A big push like that. San Diego's feeling real proud about it. They gotta love that penalty. That's a huge front row penalty. Give their team the option to kick for points and increase the lead they have already.
They love that. The big boys up front, don't they? Those scrum penalties.
Man, when you're on the back line, you're about to play defense. You don't know what's going to happen. Are they kick? Are they going to attack? Likely they're going to kick, but then your big front row comes in and wins a penalty, and you better run over there and give a big congrats to your big boys, because you just stood there and watched while they worked their tails off.
Two big Kodiak bears wrestling over a salmon in the Great White North. That's right. Look at Big Biden's. Looks like a Kodiak bear, doesn't he?
Canadian beard, long hair, probably attitude to boot.
He got a good role in The Revenant. Was one of the extras there.
Yeah, I think he was the bear, actually.
He may have been the bear. How did that bear not win an Oscar? Here we go, Morath. Another 3 points coming his way. Flags go up. And 37 points to 23, San Diego.
Adding to the point total he already has, leader of the table. And Morath just showing his skills. Here goes a quick kick by Brewer.
Stanfield underneath it though, and he'll field it. Tries to return the favor. He gets taken into touch though.
It's not a bad option by Sacramento. Kind of got lucky there because only one or two guys were chasing. Tim Stanfield beat one, got caught by the second, and got put into touch. So Sacramento with a nice little attacking platform here. Down 14, they got to score. They got to come away with some points. Time running out.
Some more changes coming in as young Mason Pedersen gets his first taste of the action after 75 minutes. There's a starting front row for Mickey and Biden's. All Canadian front row there. Got a breather. Montecano. Bergamasco. They're going backwards though, already under pressure from the defense. Thompson, good hands. Nguyen though, shuts it down with some beautiful swarming defense. Bergamasco looks some options. Ball comes down to Falcon now. Joined the team this week from Ohio. Back to the middle. Long flat pass from Kohler. Can't get the ball away. Now he does. Another offload. That one spills forward though. As Big Joe Tavetti decides to test out the padding there on the far sideline.
They're so close, you know. They're looking for that off the ground offload. You know, happened once. They went for the second one. Unfortunately, it goes to hand. It just doesn't complete the catch, right? And he was down the sideline for a good 15, 20 meters if he makes that grab. So it's just kind of been the story of their day, Sacramento. Not able to finish that last effort, that last pass. You know, you got to wonder if it's a skills thing, if it's a fitness thing. Just don't know.
Yeah, it really has been the story for them this season as they continue to try to figure out what they're going to do here. Sacramento trying to find their identity. For San Diego, this has been a big win. Definitely don't want to lose at home. Oh, Montecano, he steals the ball. Nguyen comes at him and drags him down inside the 22. There's still some kick left here in Sacramento, but another knock on from the offload. And an opportunity goes begging.
It's one of those situations that's so hard, right? You're a little bit late as the supporter, so you think, do I get the ball from the deck or do I go in and ruck? In this situation, he went in for the ruck, but Montecano was thinking offload, quick ball, and he threw it off his chest with the knock on.
Here we see Charlie Purdon. And that would be an interesting moment for San Diego if they were to lose Purdon as well. You'd think with Bliss potentially missing a week with that head knock and Purdon, they'd be light at scrum half, especially with Denver coming to town. They'll have this scrum inside their 22 after the handling error from Sacramento. Time starting to expire here. Just 2 minutes left on the clock. This one blows up again. building from here, Kev, next week, Denver's going to be a much bigger test for San Diego. They've had their moments, but also still some real issues for them they need to figure out if they're going to challenge for that top spot.
Yeah, they got to shore up some of their defensive lapses. You know, they're letting in some of those tries, some of those quick throw-ins. Oh, here's a big run by the
Tui Halamaka. Yeah, the 8-man. He's been starting at 8 all year. Tui Samoa got the nod today. This kick goes deep. Now with Thompson. He's just been begging for opportunities to run this ball, Thompson. As he brings this one back up towards halfway. Still with Sacramento, Modicana across to his right. They charge forward. They've got some numbers to the right if they can move it quick. Bergamasco shifts it out. Thompson, that's Brewer. Great pass, goes behind though. Picked up by Jervovic, and he takes a little run. It's a youngster out of Wyoming. Modicano back towards the middle. Sumption. He's met and dragged down there. That's
the ball squirts out. Jope, nice step, good footwork. He picks up another loose ball.
Teo over the top of that, knock back, another turnover. Offload. Here's trouble. Leitanana with the ball. He's got Morath on his inside.
He's got to make the pass.
He hits him. Morath, it's a foot race. Finds Stanfield. Does he get that double? No, he's dragged down, but it's not enough. It's his little man. He gets up and dots it down for a late try. That takes his tally to 2 for the night.
I tell you what, he's been begging for that second try.
He certainly has. The micro mullet. And he gets another one here tonight.
Very well.
That takes us over to 80 for San Diego.
Very well could have been player of the match, but
he had his moments.
He's had some good moments. I tell you what, I think that was a forward pass. We can get a replay. Right when play started here, they had the first line break. The player was held up. He was grasped by the defender, and he tried to give him a little bit of an offload, a one-handed. May have gone forward, but the ref doesn't see it.
Yeah, it was close. As we take a look at the replay. There's the ball there. Oh, yeah, you might be right, Kev. That one was pretty close, but then Leitanana, how about the footwork? One of the sevens guys down here. As he lights things up. Morath. What a night he's had since he's come on. Added more points on. Conversion is successful. That leads a score 44 points to 23. And wraps things up here as the whistle blows. A dominant performance in the end by San Diego. Sacramento will be saying, what if? After a red card at the end of the first half. We're going to step away. When we come back, our player of the match and all the highlights. So don't go away.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good game. I'm going to talk to you about your defense, and I'll say how great your defense was, and then just run me through the try, and then just talk about your team effort going forward. The win and the effort going forward. Simple.
It's a lot of questions, bro.
No, I'm going to talk about.
We're going to go a little more this way.
Okay.
Here we go on.
And welcome back to Torero Stadium, where San Diego has defeated Sacramento 44 points to 23. And we take a look at the home team, the victorious team. And they were just in a huddle, and they were pretty subdued. I think they know that bigger things await them next week in the form of Denver. And this was just another step in the right direction for them as they look to build on their season. We are going to go down on the field now with Kevin Swearin and our man of the match, Taku Nguenya.
All right, I'm here with Takuza Nguenya from the winning San Diego team. Taku, your attack was amazing. Your defense was even better. Congratulations on man of the match. But run us through that try you had.
The try comes from my teammates, like, Mikey Tay. Like, he knows, like, I told him at halftime, like, I kind of had a couple of mismatches out there, and the boys were tired as they were down a man. So when I seen forwards in front of me, like, Shaq says, barbecue chicken. So, like, I seen forwards in front of me, I called for it, and it was all mismatches everywhere. And you could tell the boys are still nervous, though. I think it's my name that's getting them nervous, so they kind of gave me a little bit too much space.
Well, it was a beautiful try, vintage Takuza. I was telling the fans how wonderful it is to watch you play here stateside. You've been doing for years in France. I got to play against you. I've been able to see it, so it's phenomenal to see you. But it was the defense. You come up from the outside. You're coming up, hitting hard, and I love seeing you do that. So congratulations on that, and you're man of the match. Last question here. Talk to us about the team in San Diego and what you guys need to do now to kind of get to that first. You got a big game next week against Denver. What do you need to do to elevate one more step to get in that first place and take down Denver next week?
Well, from my point of view as the coaches, I think it's possession. Because if you could tell, if we hold the ball about 3 phases, I don't think any team can keep up with us. I think every time we broke the line, we've turned it over immediately after. Yeah. So I think if we get teams going over phases, it's all over. We got the backs to do. Our forwards are starting to get together. So like we just need to hold on to the ball, and then we have it. The backs are pretty good.
Hey, he's a smart player. Takuza Nguenya, thank you so much. Appreciate the time. Congratulations on the win, and good luck next weekend.
Thank you, boss.
Okay, thank you. Back to you, Dan.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Congratulations to Taku Nguenya, our man of the match tonight. And what a worrying sign that is with the summer test just around the corner. A promising sign for John Mitchell, though, as he looks to have him at his disposal in just a few weeks here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, from Torero Stadium, where San Diego has defeated Sacramento by a score of 44 points to 23. On behalf of Kevin Swearin and our entire crew, I'm Dan Power, saying that's the way the ball bounced today.